everybody, it's Lisa from the Silver Farmhouse. Let's make some cute vintage spools. So I have a wheel here that measures about 2.5 inches wide by 3/4 of an inch in width. I got these from Hobby Lobby. They were a pack of 4. And I'm also using a 2-inch circle and a 3¼ inch circle. So this bigger one's 3¼ inch circle. And then you're also going to need small 2-inch circles. If you don't have a 2-inch circle, you can cut one out of a 3¼ inch circle by using a pair of heavy-duty scissors. So I just have some 2-inch, 3¼ inch. You're going to need 2 of each, and you're going to need 1 of your little wheels here. Add some glue to one side of your wheel. Press it on your 3¼ inch circle, and then add glue to the other side, and make yourself a spool. Now, these little wheels already have holes in them, and that's going to be a benefit for us when we're drilling the outside hole. So I just glued my larger circles on the outside. Now you take your smaller circle and glue it right on top in the center of your large circle there. Now you have your spool. You're going to need a super huge drill bit. Listen, I don't know how big this drill bit is. It's the biggest one I had. You need to create a hole in the center to make them look like spools. I'm using a very heavy duty leather glove in case it spins on me. Just put it in the center, and you only need to drill through your 2 circle pieces because the hole is already in the wheel. So it's just a little bit of a drill. Drill your hole, flip it over on the other side, drill the other side. You don't need to go all the way through the wheel. There is no reason for that. And you have created yourself your spool. Now I'm going to take a piece of heavy duty, heavy grit sandpaper. This is 80 grit. I always use 80 grit. I am going to smooth out all of the edges on each circle and the inside drilled circle that we did. And I'm also going to do the insides of the circle. So it's just making them all smoothed so they're not just so rough. Do you have to do this step? No. I do suggest you to take out all those little wood pieces though on the spot that you drilled on the inside. And 80 grit to me is less work. If you use a finer grit sandpaper, you can, but you're probably going to have to sand a lot more than I just did. Now what we're going to do is we are going to take some antiquing wax, and we are going to give this a coat. Actually, I'm going to use gel stain, I think, on this one. I messed with gel stain. Love gel stain. It was a trial and error. I do love gel stain too. This is just Americana's Deco Art Gel Stain. You can also use the antiquing wax though. We use that a lot here at the Silver Farmhouse. If you are new to the Silver Farmhouse, I tend to go towards the antiquing wax. They're kind of the same thing. The gel stain was a little bit darker. It ended up making it a little bit darker. So I do like gel stain for a little bit darker look, but antiquing wax will work just fine. Put gel stain all over your entire piece. I just used a little, kind of like one of those horsehair brushes. And then I'm just going to wipe off the excess. I really didn't even let it dry. I am going to take a tiny paintbrush though and paint the inside of the hole too. Make sure you get the inside of that hole. Wipe it off with a paper towel. And then I'm going to add a little bit of ink to darken up and make this look even more older. So a black ink pad, great way to go. You can get them at Home Goods, Michael's, Amazon. I like the archival black ink pad to darken things up, and you only need a little bit. And again, you want to use kind of a horsehair brush like I just used to apply the gel stain. Those brushes you can find at Hobby Lobby, Walmart. So do you see what the ink does to them? It makes them a tad bit darker and grungier. I am going to give the entire piece a quick sand to give it a worn look on the edges. Same 80 grit sandpaper. Take your ink pad, rub it all over. I focus more on my edges than I do anywhere else, but I will rub the entire piece with ink, but heavier on the edges to make them look even older. And guys, this is it. This is how you create a vintage spool. So quick, easy, and you can actually wrap fabric or twine around these if you want to give them a little bit more of a spool look and actually wrap something around them. I chose not to. I chose to just display them in a dough bowl, but listen, you can hang these from ornaments or whatever you want to do. Guys, thank you so much for watching this quick tutorial and for following the Silver Farmhouse.